You Paid For It first reported 2 weeks ago that University City will start looking whether to pull the plug on the Delmar Loop Trolley in 2022. Tonight, the taxpayer watchdog who first called the trolley project a bad deal for taxpayers tells why he doesn't see it making a comeback. That's tonight's You Paid For It. So far, the Delmar Loop Trolley has been one of the most high-profile failures the St. Louis area has ever seen. Taxpayer watchdog Tom Sullivan called this one right from the start. Before the trolley ever hit the track, he predicted it'll be a colossal failure for taxpayers.
This is almost the definition of a boondoggle because $51 million has been spent to build it, and hundreds of thousands of dollars have been spent to operate it, and it has accomplished absolutely nothing other than wasting money.
Among the reasons Sullivan doesn't expect to see the trolley rolling again, the COVID crisis has crushed sales taxes in the taxing district that supports the trolley. St. Louis County, that's given millions, is not likely to loan the trolley any more money. The trolley probably can't get any more federal funds, and it's not likely Bi-State, that already rejected the idea, will take it over. He talks about the heavy price paid by businesses when Delmar was ripped up to put down the tracks. Some people went out of business. Others saw their business cut in half. The trolley is not running now. Sullivan doesn't expect to see it back.
The trolley has really not helped the loop. It's not helped the businesses. It's actually been a hindrance more than a help. It's clogged up traffic. It's caused some businesses to close. So I don't think anybody's going to miss it.
Merchants along Delmar in U City are still collecting sales taxes to pay for the loop trolley, even though the trolley that cost taxpayers $51 million shut down a year ago, with the exception of a few weekends. The businesses are part of a trolley taxing district that generates about $800,000 a year. I talked to Jen Kozlov, who runs a cafe in the loop. Like other businesses, it's a struggle just staying afloat in this COVID era. Plus, you're still paying for a non-running trolley.
Anytime anybody has an idea, I'm all for that. So I would never be a naysayer when somebody wants to create change and create something. It's just disappointing that it didn't work out and that we're still paying for something that didn't work out.
Ultimately, University City must consider what to do if it doesn't work. They did get a jump on the problem. The Loop Trolley organization had to put up a $300,000 bond with U City to remove the tracks and overhead wires and put Delmar back like it was before the project. The rest of the route runs through St. Louis City. University City Manager Gregory Rose says restoring Delmar will cost a lot more than $300,000. He puts the tab at more like $1.5 million and says it would take about 6 months.
You've got a bond for $300,000. Who would pay the balance of the $1.5 million?
Well, I think it would certainly be up to our residents to pay it, or we would pursue the trolley company, even if it goes out of business.
While U City is not anxious to pull the plug, it's something officials have to consider.
And that's probably into 2022, the first or second quarter.
But you're saying by March of 2022, if nothing has changed or improved, you guys are looking at shutting this thing down, essentially.
I would say at July of 2022, we'll take a very close look at whether we think they have a strategy in place that could reasonably make these systems successful.
I think that the University City officials have finally realized that the end has come for the trolley, and I think they kind of want to let it down lightly rather than just pulling the plug all of a sudden, and I think that's what their plan is.
Joe Edwards, the architect of the trolley deal, would not talk on camera but on the phone, said this about the trolley's prospects: only time will tell. We've got to make it work for all of us. Merchants hate to think of the worst happening, having to rip up the street again.
Will they be successful in the future? I could not tell you. But I think that they should be given an opportunity to develop a strategy.
Well, I think that you have to realize that the trolley is finally done, so it doesn't matter, I suppose, whether it's next year or in 2022. The trolley was a bad idea from the very beginning, and it's still a bad idea.
Now, City Manager Rose says he has not heard from the people running the trolley about their future plans. He says he is hopeful, though, that they can resurrect this project for the sake of U City And for the sake of taxpayers, of course, I'll continue to keep watch on this $51 million deal that's in serious doubt. After all, you paid for it. We'll be back.